Hi there. Welcome to class. Welcome, welcome. I'm Miss Faust. Please get out your notes on the parts of speech because we're going to work with part of speech number 7. We've got one more after today. Are you excited? Great. Good. So you have your papers out? Oh, you do? You have your pen, pencil? Okay, fantastic. Follow me. We're going to do this a little differently today. It is so nicely marked up. Hopefully you can keep up with me. All right? With the markings and all that. It's a different approach. A little change is good for us. Okay. So as I said, we're doing parts of speech. Okay. We're doing the conjunction. That is part of speech number 7. So we've had the noun, the pronoun, the verb, the adjective, the adverb, preposition. Now is the conjunction. Okay, I want to do a little reminder. Sometimes people think the preposition is the connector because the prepositional phrase connects to a piece in the sentence, another piece, okay? So yes, so you're thinking, well, it's got to be the connector. No. Even though it's connecting, it is actually showing relationship. So please understand, it is not the connector word. The conjunction is. Okay, the preposition, something else. We're talking about showing relationship. Conjunction is all about connecting. Okay, so here we go. The conjunction connects words, phrases, and sentences. 3 things, 3 items. Okay, your words, your phrases, and sentences. Please do not forget, again, what a phrase is. We are talking about 2 words, 3 words, 4 words. Not a complete thought. Okay, just remind you got to think about that. Okay. Also, we need to review one of the conjunction types. We have actually talked about the CC, namely the coordinate conjunction. Okay? We've talked about subordinate conjunctions, and we've talked about the conjunctive adverb. There are actually more types, but don't worry about them. Okay? They're all under this listing, this heading, under this umbrella, so to speak. They're like the little drain drops under. Okay. So under the heading of conjunction, you're going to find that the CCs, the coordinate conjunctions, are heavily used when dealing with this definition. Okay? Because they are connection, your CCs. Okay? So you might say, so the subordinate doesn't do anything. How can it be a conjunction? It's still considered a conjunction. In a sense, it does connect, even though, and we're going to talk about it over there, your subordinate tends to take an IC, remember independent clause, a complete thought, a sentence, and turns it into a DC, an incomplete thought, like a phrase. Okay? So you're going, huh? That's the conjunction for you. Okay? Yes. Okay. So let's review our CCs. Here's your memory word. Boys fan. Just 7 CCs. 1 for each letter. So you have but, or, yet. So, for, and, nor. Those 7. If you just remember the word boys fan, you've got it made. Okay? Because boys fan gives you, so to speak, all 7 CCs. Okay. Now, if you're talking subordinate conjunctions, you're talking what? Many more. Even with the conjunctive adverbs, there are many more than 7. Okay? With your conjunctive adverbs, you're talking like however, furthermore, then, okay? Nevertheless, words like that. We'll talk about the subordinates some more when we get to this here. Okay? All right. Follow me. But at this point, any questions? Nope? Okay. So I need you to remember your CCs because we're going to see them popping up in all 3 examples. So I've given you a specific example for each one of these items. Okay? So let's look at the very first one. We're talking words, and I mean words. 1, not a phrase where you see 2, 3. Okay. So we've got Kendall enjoys cooking, reading, and gardening. This is your word 1. Here's your word 2. Switch marker. And here's your word 3. That's what we're talking about. Just plain words. Like the word basketball, soccer, fishing, hunting. Okay? So you've got 3 words. Now, I want us to review just quickly punctuation, the use of the comma in items in a series. Okay? We've got a comma right here, and see, it's circled. So there's a comma right here, and look at this. It's already circled. Because I want you to remember to include this comma right before the word and, nicely circled, or the word or. I want you to remember that. So please include that comma. Yes, I know. Grammar books will say don't worry about it. Okay? Some students are taught it's not important. Yes, I know, but this is an easy sentence. You know that reading and gardening are not the same thing. It's not one word. It's not reading gardening. If you start writing extended sentences, more technical, more business-like work, it becomes really awkward when you drop that comma. You don't want your reader sitting there going, is this one thought or 2? Because they don't have time. Okay? So then it goes against you, not against the reader. Okay? You've got to make it clear to the reader. So include this comma. Whether you're writing a very simple sentence or a very complex one, please include it. Because I look for it. Okay. So we have those commas. So in this sentence, we're using what connector word? What is connecting reading with gardening? Yes, and. Exactly. And it's a conjunction. Here's your connector. There's your conjunction. Okay? So we write C-O-N-J. It's one of your boys' fan words, isn't it? Okay. That's how we connect here. Now you're going to see that and is an easy connector word to use. It works so well in many sentences. So in case you're going, she's always using and, because it's an easy one to use. But be aware, you can't use and in every situation. So remember that. Okay, any questions with words? Now we go on to phrase. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not a complete thought. Remember that. He likes to bake chocolate chip cookies and plant pink rose bushes. Where are your phrases? Right here. From 2 baked chocolate chip cookies. That's 1. Here's your other one. It's like an invisible 2. I could have written, he likes to bake chocolate chip cookies and 2 plant pink rose bushes. If it's not very clear, it's good to include the word. But if you understand that, hey, plant pink rose bushes goes back to T-O, then there's really no reason to put it there. Okay? But that's your other phrase. Plant pink rose bushes. There are your 2 phrases. How are they connected? They're connected with the word and, your conjunction. Okay? C-O-N-J. Here's your and, your connector word. Okay? Questions? None? All right. Let's move on over here. Here's your sentence example. Whoops. I disappeared there for a moment. It just went here. Keep going. Their bus ran late, but they still got to work on time. Sentence. Okay? So we should have 2 sentences, do we? Let's go through this. Their bus ran late. Is that a sentence? The bus ran late? Yes, it is. Very good. So it's an IC. It's a complete thought. Okay. How about they still got to work on time? Sentence? Yes. So we have those two sentences, those two ICs, those two complete thoughts. Exactly. How are they connected? They're connected with the conjunction but. Okay. Please note the comma right here. Okay. Remember that. So it's comma, coordinate conjunction, not but comma. So those of you doing it that way, please change that because it is wrong. It's comma but, comma yet, comma and. So here's your conjunction that's connecting these two sentences. Okay? So yes, for your conjunctions, your CCs are heavily used. But as with this one, there are times where you need to use a subordinate conjunction. And yes, it does make one, I shouldn't say make, but it changes one from an IC to a DC. It's not much of a connection. Yeah, you're still having to connect. You got to connect that DC to a what? What's that have to be connected? Yes, to an IC. Exactly. To a complete thought. Exactly. And that's why you see all this. Okay? So, I'm using the subordinate conjunction though. Remember, there's also although, if, since, because, when, whenever. Okay? And many more. But those are some examples of your subordinate conjunctions. Okay? Key ones. So we've got though, then we lowercase the t here, their bus ran late, comma. Because when you listen to me, though their bus ran late, they, notice there's a slight pause. So that tells you, your ear says, put a comma there, put a comma there. If your ear could talk. Okay. Though their bus ran late, comma, we get rid of but, they still got to work on time. That's the use of the subordinate. Okay. As I said before, there are a number of conjunction types. Okay. Any questions about any of these? So please remember your CCs. Do not forget your subordinates. And also, if I gave you a sentence and I said find the conjunctions, and if there's the word however, yeah, you're going to mark however as a conjunction because it's what type? Yes, conjunctive adverb. Okay, keep that in mind. If there are no questions, but if you do come up with one at some point, please contact me. I'm here to help you. Let's turn to the assignment. It's a two-part assignment. We are nearing the end of our essay, aren't we? On Answer Letha by Ruby D. Okay. I'm talking draft. So we're talking paragraphs 1, 2, and 3 are done. So for today, I need you to work on paragraphs 4 and 5. Paragraphs 4 and 5. I do not want to see the first 3 paragraphs. I just want to see the last response to the last question and the conclusion. That's all I want to see. Okay, and keep in mind, this is the draft, not the final product. This is the draft. Because your job is to, before you turn in the final, is to check it over. The spelling is very crucial. Please use dictionaries, folks. Because when you make a misspelling, even if it's just one word, it will go against you. Because you should not be doing that. Okay? Please check the spelling. Please check it. And also, look at your punctuation. If you need help, contact me. If you want me to look at the punctuation, hey, Ms. Faust, should I use the semicolon? What do you think? I'll be happy to help you with that. Okay, so I need paragraphs 4 and 5. Do we understand? Okay, that's part 1. Part 2 has to do with the parts of speech. I want you to write 3 sentences. 3 sentences using 3 different conjunctions. Underline the words. So yes, you could use, if you want, subordinate conjunctions, such as though. Let's do this again, because we should have a list already. Although, if, since, when, whenever, until, for example. Okay? So you're to have 3 sentences. Sentences. Not this. Not words or phrases. But this. Sentences. Okay? 3 different ones. So I would have, if I, let's say I turned this into a sentence, I'd have one right here. Okay? And one right there. Because 2 different ones. I've got and but. Okay? And then I have to whip up a 3rd one. Okay? 3 different conjunctions. So both of these assignments. Please put them both in one email. I don't want 2 emails from each and every one of you. One email. I want to see paragraphs 4 and 5. And then I want to see these 3 sentences. And again, please underline the word so I know what I'm looking for. Underline the word but. Underline the word although. Whatever conjunction you use. Okay? Does that make sense? Yes. Restrict yourself mainly to the CC and the subordinate. Don't worry so much about the conjunctive one. You know, like however, nevertheless, okay? All right. If there are no questions, keep in mind, this is due today. And immediately send it on off to me today. And I hope you have a great day. Till next time, bye-bye.